Kelsey from Crafting for Weeks, and today I'm going to show you the mountain stitch that's used in the pineapple and pine cowl and scarf. This is a variation of the 3-strand zigzag. So your foundation chain is going to be a multiple of 6 plus 1 stitch. So to get started, you're going to chain 1 and turn, and you're going to start working in that second chain from your hook. From here I'm going to yarn over and I'm going to half double crochet in that stitch, and then I'm going to continue to half double crochet in each chain across. So I'm going to continue working this, and I will meet you at the end where we're ready to turn. Okay, now that you have a row of half double crochets for your foundation, you're going to chain 5. This counts as your first double treble stitch. And then you're going to turn your work so that you're working along the other side. From here, you're going to want to skip 3 stitches and begin working into that 4th stitch. So we're going to work a double treble. To start, yarn over 3 times, and then you're going to insert your hook into that 4th stitch that we counted before. You're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through 2. You should have 2 loops left on your hook, and you're going to yarn over 3 times again and begin working another double treble into that stitch. We're creating a double treble group here, and so we're going to make 3 double trebles into this stitch. So after finishing that one, you have 3 loops left on your hook, yarn over 3 times, insert your hook into that stitch one last time, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You should now have 4 loops left on your hook. You're going to yarn over, and then you're going to pull through all 4 of these loops. This creates your first double treble group. Now from here we're going to chain 5, and then we're going to begin working our first double treble group 2 together. So to do this, we're going to start the same as we did for the first double treble group. We're going to yarn over 3 times, and we're going to insert it into the same stitch as the previous group. So we've yarned over 3 times, insert it into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and leave that last loop on the hook. Yarn over 3 times, and we're going to do it again. Insert our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops, and 1 more on this stitch will create our first double treble group of this double treble group 2 together. So when we pull through that last loop and we have 4 loops on our hook, we're actually going to begin our next double treble group. So we're going to skip 5 stitches and begin working into the 6th stitch, yarn over 3 times, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. You now have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over 3 times, insert it into that same stitch, and create another double treble there, leaving the last loop on the hook as you have been before. You now have 6 loops on your hook. 1 more double treble into that stitch, and when you finish this one, you will have 7 loops on your hook. From here, we're going to yarn over, and then we're going to pull through all 7 of these loops. This is going to create our first double treble group 2 together. And what this does is it creates a nice little mountain peak right there at the center. We're going to chain 5, and then we're going to start our next double treble group 2 together. You're going to continue working across your row with these double treble group 2 together until you have 3 stitches left. Okay, so after you finish your last double treble group 2 together, you're going to chain 5, and then you will have 3 stitches left here. And what we're going to do is work a double treble group. So we're going to start by yarning over 3 times and inserting into the same stitch as the previous double treble group. We're going to work our first double treble, leaving that last loop on the hook. We're going to work a second double treble, and we're going to leave the last loop on the hook, 3 loops left, and then our third double treble into that stitch, and we will have 4 loops remaining on our hook. So instead of closing this, we are going to skip those 2 stitches, and into that last stitch we're going to work 1 double treble to anchor the row. So we're going to yarn over 3 times, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We now have 5 stitches on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 of these loops. You're going to chain 1 to close that group, and then you're going to chain 1 and turn your work so you can begin working along the other side. Okay, so here's what it looks like so far, and next I'm going to show you how to go back across that row. Okay, so we're going to work back across the row. We're going to be using half double crochet, and we're going to work our first stitch into the top of our last group. So we're going to yarn over once, put it in the top of this double treble group, and work a half double crochet. Now in these chain 5 spaces, we're going to work 5 half double crochets. Now when I work into chain spaces, I generally work around the chain like this. However, in this particular one, I'm going to work my first 4 around the chain, and then that 5th half double crochet I'm actually going to put right in the eye of that chain stitch. I feel like this just anchors it to the row. It's not required, it's just my personal preference. So the next half double crochet is going to go into the top of that double treble 2 together group. And then you're going to continue with 5 half double crochets into the chain 5 space and 1 half double crochet into each double treble group 2 together. Now when you get to the end of your row, you're going to do something a little bit different, so I will meet you there. So at the end of my row, I actually like to skip this group and work my half double crochet into that 5th chain from your beginning chain. I feel like this gives the edge a cleaner look. So from here, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to begin working back across with another row of half double crochets. Now, if you're working the pineapple and pine cowl or scarf, the number of half double crochet rows between your sections may vary. The scarf uses 3 rows of half double crochets, while the cowl only has 1 row of mountain stitch, and so it skips straight to 2 rows of half double crochets. But really, with this stitch, you could work as many rows of half double crochets between as you wanted. It's just up to your personal preference. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this stitch is a variation of a stitch called the 3-strand zigzag. This stitch works up pretty tall, so it's great if you need to build work quickly, and it's also open, so it gives a nice lace work effect. This is a stitch that would really benefit from being blocked, as it would open up the lace work section so you could really see the definition of the stitches. So as we get to the end here, you can take a look at what it looks like when it's laid flat. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you enjoyed making the pineapple and pine cowl and scarf.